74 seconds ago, Schiff destroyed Kash Patel's career, and I mean completely, utterly, devastatingly destroyed it. One photograph. 3 questions, that's all it took. And the moment it happened, I watched Patel's face change colors like someone had just punched him in the gut. His hands started shaking. His mouth opened and closed like a fish gasping for air. That confident mask he always wears. Gone. Completely shattered. This is the most explosive congressional moment of 2026, and you need to watch this entire video because what Schiff did, how he did it, and Patel's reaction to every single second will blow your mind. If you're new to this channel, subscribe right now and hit that bell icon. This story is going to be on every news channel within hours, but you're seeing it here first. January 28, 2026, 3:47 p.m. Senate Judiciary Committee. Kash Patel sitting at the witness table in his navy blue suit, FBI credentials gleaming under the lights. He'd been there for 3 hours already, getting grilled by senators, and he thought he was handling it. He thought he was surviving. That confident look on his face said everything. I've got this. I can handle anything you throw at me. He had no idea what was coming. Schiff had been preparing for this moment for 6 weeks. His team had been working with FI whistleblowers, career agents who were sick of watching their colleagues get fired for doing their jobs. These whistleblowers gave Schiff everything. Internal communications, termination documents, and one photograph. One single photograph that Patel himself had posted on social media the day before. That photograph was about to end his career. Here's what went down that morning. News broke that Patel had forced out senior FBI officials connected to criminal investigations of Donald Trump. Atlanta's special agent in charge, removed. New York field office's acting assistant director, terminated. New Orleans special agent, dismissed. And in Miami, 6 agents linked to the Mar-a-Lago operation, all fired simultaneously in one morning. Nobody had confronted Patel about this yet. Everyone was dancing around it, but not Schiff. Schiff was done playing games. At exactly 3:47 MS, Chairman Lindsey Graham recognized Senator Schiff for questioning, and the entire room changed. Journalists who'd been half paying attention suddenly sat up straight. C-SPAN cameras zoomed in. Anyone who knows Schiff's career recognized that look on his face. That calm, composed, deadly serious expression. It's the look of a prosecutor who knows he's got you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Schiff said. His voice was calm, controlled. Director Patel, I want to talk about the decisions you made today, the personnel decisions. Personnel decisions. Those 2 words sent a ripple through the room. The purge, the firings, the political retaliation. Republican senators shifted uncomfortably. Patel's jaw tightened. His hands gripped the table's edge. He knew something was coming. Senator Schiff, Patel started carefully. Personnel decisions happen every day at the FII. They're based on operational requirements, performance assessments, and Director Patel, Schiff cut him off. Let me be very specific. This morning, you forced out multiple senior FI officials, Atlanta's special agent in charge. New York field office's acting assistant director, a special agent from New Orleans, and in Miami as many as 6 agents all at once. Is that accurate? The specificity was devastating. Patel couldn't claim ignorance. Schiff had him cornered with facts. Senators around the room froze. Everyone just waited. Senator, I can't discuss specific personnel matters in a public session, Patel said. Classic Washington deflection. These decisions involve privacy considerations, and Director Patel, Schiff interrupted. His voice was rising now. These aren't random personnel decisions. Every single one of these officials was connected to federal investigations of Donald Trump. Atlanta's agent worked the election interference case. New York's office oversaw the classified documents investigation. Miami's agents participated in the Mar-a-Lago operation. Correct? Silence. Absolute total silence. Everyone in that chamber understood what Schiff had just done. He'd connected the dots, out loud, on camera, on the record, political retaliation, and he'd forced Patel into a corner, either confirm it and admit political retaliation or deny it and commit perjury. Patel's face flushed red. His mouth opened like he was going to respond, but nothing came out, just a breath, the facade cracking. But Schiff wasn't done, not even close. Let me show you something, Director Patel, Schiff said. He reached into his folder slowly, deliberately, maximum drama. He pulled out an 8x10 photograph and held it up for the cameras. Do you recognize this? Every screen in America showed it, a weird metallic-colored 3D printed trophy. It had AF on it with a lightning bolt and $sign, a raised United States map on the base, miniature buildings, and at the bottom, clearly visible, Crow 15th, the trophy. The trophy Patel had posted on his own social media the day before. The trophy he'd called proof of VI corruption. The trophy that was about to destroy him. Watch Patel's face in this moment. The color drained, actually drained. His hands started trembling. You could see it on camera. He knew Schiff was using Patel's own social media post against him. Senator, that photograph is from my social media account where I exposed corruption, Patel stammered. Yes, Director Patel, you posted this yesterday, Schiff confirmed. His voice was ice cold now. Pure prosecutorial command. You called it a self-awarded trophy proving that the FI under Biden was, and I quote, a diseased temple. You claimed this trophy was created by FBI officials celebrating Operation Arctic Frost, the investigation into Donald Trump and his associates. You claimed it proved corruption, is that correct? Patel nodded stiffly. Yes, Senator. That trophy represents the Director Patel. Schiff cut him off. Do you know what CRE 15 stands for? Pause. Patel hesitated. It refers to the investigative unit that it stands for Congressional Response Group 15, Schiff said. A unit of FI agents who investigate congressional corruption, public corruption, organized crime. This trophy wasn't celebrating Operation Arctic Frost. It was created as a retirement gift for a supervisor who led that unit for 15 years. The AF doesn't stand for Arctic Frost. It stands for Accountability Forever. The unit's motto. The room exploded. Gasps from the gallery. Reporters scrambling for their phones. Committee members looking at each other with shock. Schiff had just exposed it. Patel had taken a retirement gift, completely misrepresented what it was, posted it on social media as proof of corruption, and then used that false narrative to justify firing an entire FI unit. Everyone involved in that unit, fired, their careers destroyed, based on a lie, based on a retirement gift Patel didn't understand. Director Patel, Schiff continued, his voice shaking with controlled anger. You took a retirement gift. A gift created by hardworking FBI agents for a respected colleague. You misrepresented it. You lied about it. And then you fired every agent connected to that unit. You disbanded CRE 15 entirely. You destroyed careers because of a trophy you didn't understand. Patel tried to respond. Senator, I was provided information that this trophy you were provided information. Schiff's voice rose. Director Patel, you're the FI director, the head of the nation's premier investigative agency, and you're telling me you didn't verify the information before firing dozens of agents. You didn't investigate before destroying careers. Patel had no answer. None. He sat there, sweating under the lights, his face pale, his hands shaking, and Schiff kept going. Director Patel, let me ask you 3 very simple questions, 3 questions that should have simple yes or no answers. Here it comes, the 3 questions, the questions that would end everything. Question 1, did you fire FBI agents today who were involved in investigating Donald Trump? Patel hesitated. Senator, as I stated, I cannot discuss, yes or no, Director Patel. Did you fire agents who investigated Trump? Personnel decisions are complex, and yes or no, silence. Question 2, Schiff continued. Were those agents accused of any misconduct, any violation of FI policy, any criminal behavior? Yes or no? Patel shifted in his seat. Senator, the reasons for personnel decisions involve multiple factors. That's not a yes. So the answer is no. These agents weren't accused of misconduct. They weren't accused of violating policy. They just investigated someone you believe shouldn't be investigated. Patel's face was now completely white. Question 3, Director Patel, and this is the most important one. Are you using your position as FI director to punish agents who investigated Donald Trump? Yes or no? The chamber held its breath. This was it. Patel sat there frozen. His lawyers looked panicked. His aides whispered frantically, but Patel said nothing. He just sat there, silent, trapped. Your silence speaks volumes, Director Patel, Schiff said quietly. Your silence tells the American people everything they need to know. You can't answer because the answer is yes. And if you say yes, you admit to political retaliation. And if you say no, you're lying under oath, so you say nothing. You sit there in silence while the careers of dedicated FI agents, agents who followed the law, agents who did their jobs, are destroyed. Schiff gathered his papers. I'm done with this witness, Mr. Chairman. But I want to state for the record that what we've witnessed here today is the most blatant example of political retaliation in FI history. Director Patel has admitted, through his own social media posts and his silence here today, that he is systematically purging the FI of any agent who dared to investigate Donald Trump. That's not law enforcement, that's corruption, and history will judge him accordingly. 74 seconds. That's all it took. From the moment Schiff showed the trophy photograph to the moment Patel sat there in defeated silence. 74 seconds that ended an FBI director's career. Now I need to stop here for a second because if you think this video is important, you need to like it and share it. This kind of content gets suppressed by algorithms. The powerful people involved don't want this information spreading. Your engagement, your likes, your shares, your comments. That's what pushes this video to more people. So hit that like button, share this with everyone you know. And write in the comments what you think about what Schiff did. The fallout was massive. Within hours, news organizations were running the story everywhere. The FI Agents Association issued a statement. Career agents conducted lawful investigations authorized by federal judges and grand juries. If those agents are now being terminated for performing their jobs professionally, it represents a fundamental betrayal of law enforcement principles. 3 of the agents who'd been fired gave anonymous interviews to N, called into meetings without warning, told their services were no longer required, escorted out by security, no reasons given, no accusations of misconduct, just fired. "We weren't told why," one agent said. "We were simply told to leave. And the only thing we all had in common was that we'd worked on cases involving Trump." Think about that. These are career FBI agents. Atlanta's special agent in charge had 27 years of service. New York's acting assistant director had 31 years. All terminated in a single day, all for one reason: they investigated someone Patel believed shouldn't be investigated. By mid-February, the pressure finally broke Patel. During a Fox News interview, Bret Baier asked him a simple question. "If these agents you fired were corrupt, why haven't you charged any of them with crimes?" Patel's answer was stunning. Corruption isn't always criminal. Sometimes it's about judgment, about priorities, about whose side you're on. That clip played on every news network for days. Patel had just admitted it. The agents he fired hadn't committed crimes. They'd simply investigated people Patel believed shouldn't be investigated. He'd admitted that whose side you're on was the criterion for FBI employment under his leadership. Not law, not justice, just loyalty. 7 FBI agents came forward as whistleblowers, providing congressional investigators with internal communications proving the purge had been planned for weeks. One email leaked to the Washington Post was particularly damning. Priority: identify all agents involved in Arctic Frost, Mar-a-Lago search, and GIS 6 investigation leadership. Termination paperwork to be prepared confidentially. Execute all removals simultaneously to prevent coordination of resistance. That's a smoking gun. Proof of premeditated political retaliation, a planned purge, a systematic removal of anyone who'd investigated Trump, and Patel's office had put it in writing. 74 seconds changed everything. Not because Schiff revealed shocking new information. The firings were already public. The trophy photograph was already on Patel's social media. But Schiff connected them in a way that made the pattern undeniable. He forced Patel to either defend the indefensible or admit the truth. And Patel chose panic, rage, evasion, and ultimately silence, which proved guilt more effectively than any confession. Adam Schiff drew a line. He proved that political purges can still be exposed, that simple questions can still force accountability, that sometimes one senator with one photograph in 74 seconds can accomplish what months of investigations failed to achieve. He made the corruption undeniable, the trophy that ended everything, not because it proved what Patel claimed, but because it proved what Schiff exposed. The transformation of the FI from an institution that investigates crimes to an institution that protects power. 74 seconds was all it took to show America what that transformation looks like. If you want to follow this story, subscribe now and turn on notifications. Every new development will be covered here. Share this video. Everyone needs to see what happened in that hearing room, and check out the videos on your screen. Both are essential to understanding why this moment matters. 74 seconds, 1 photograph, 3 questions. That's all it took for Adam Schiff to expose the biggest political purge in FI history. And Kash Patel sat there silent, defeated, exposed. The truth came out, and this time it's too big to bury.